NC Pork. Good for the plate, great for the state.
You know, they're big, they're hungry, they come into work every single day. They're willing to learn, and they're ready to just get after it. I feel like all of us coming from different places, so it'll be easy to see a lot of individuals, but I feel like we did a great job at like mending together as a team on and off the field, you know, getting to know each other and just playing fast and physical. That's something we wanted to implement, you know, on a heavy scale every single day, every single practice, just being a lot like the most physical team on the field every time we take it, and knowing where you're going and helping each other out. You know, if they're in a spot, I got to make them right. If I go somewhere, they got to make me right. So it's just playing in one unit, and I feel like that's what they're coming in here to do.
Noah Weisskopf, Target 24/7. What was it like for you in transfer portal? I know people have crazy stories of like got 8 calls in the first minute. Like, what was it like for you, and how were you able throughout that process to sort of stay level-headed and make sure you're making the right decision?
Just focusing on mainly what my true goals were for not only as a football player, but just as a person, going somewhere where the program, you know, just cared. You know, they cared about winning. They cared about doing the right things on and off the field. They cared about just developing me as a player. Knowing I only had 1 year left, a lot of schools understood that, so I needed to come in immediately and just learn a new system and be developed from where I was. And I just wanted to be ready for the league when the league comes calling, and I felt like Coach Belichick, you know, there's nobody else better to go to for that. So.
Roger one with the Henry, I believe, that talked a little bit about how you guys grew up very close and you grew up playing football against each other. Can you talk about how that relationship has been and kind of how it's been both of you kind of transferring to UNC?
Yeah, so I mean, me and him go way back. You know, like we lived about like 5 minutes away from each other back in California, and even through COVID and stuff, like we'd be up like 6 a.m. like most days, just going to get work together, going to hit the field after, staying till it's dark, like just really finding things to do, honestly, on and off the field. We got really close then, and then through college, we ended up playing each other when he was at Washington and I was at Boise, and it was kind of a full circle moment there. And then coming all the way back to here, we were both in the transfer portal, and it just made it more just it just had a better understanding of kind of what we wanted to go do, and how we wanted this season to turn out for both of us. And I trust him, he trusts me, and he made a very good pitch to me when I was in the transfer portal about why I should come here and what we could do. And I'm just excited to get to work with him because that's my best friend. So.
Case Maker, Inside John. I'm also curious, another relationship forming house. I know you guys went to the same high school and how much you guys overlap there, but when you come in such a new room to the linebacker position, how is it been creating chemistry, and how quickly you guys got along?
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier when you know a guy kind of like came up how you came up a bit, and gone through the same kind of cycle you have, because he was a freshman when I was a senior at Bosco, so I kind of knew he was a young guy who had a bright future, and seeing it like play out for him is special because I literally saw him like kid growing up, becoming a man. So. And he saw me as well, you know, looking at me as a senior and then getting me here. I feel like he's helping me out a lot. Like he was already familiar with a lot of stuff that Steve brought in, and a lot of stuff that kind of just Carolina brought in with the first few months he was here. So he's been guiding me the way I would expect a vet to do. And it's kind of funny just the age difference, how much more mature he is, I would say. But yeah, you know, he's a good dude, good player, even better person. So.
Time for one or two more.
Yeah, so Andrew, I know you went to St. John Bosco, and you also went to Boise State, which is a program, even though it's a mid-major, there's a lot of expectation in that place. How have those two schools prepared you for this moment when there's a lot of hype surrounding Chapel Hill and, Coach Belichick?
Yeah, in high school, I would say winning was the standard. And coming out, I wanted to go to a program where that was the same thing and where people cared. That was my biggest thing, care factor being high and winning being just what we're supposed to do. So going to a school like Boise State, winning was something they did, and they did it consistently. And just growing you as a great football player and as a man. And I feel like that was something that I was looking into deeply, making sure that there's a program that would take me from ground up and try and build me to be a better player than who I was the day before. So that's pretty much why I did that.
And I have a quick follow-up question. Jamie Collins is your position coach. How has he helped you throughout your development? Because he was a footballer in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, learning from somebody like that every single day who was in it with guys like you are, playing football at a very high level, at the highest level. He's went through some of the workouts even that Mo put him through, or some of the practice and the scheme. So it's easy to learn from somebody that's done it and that understands it and sees the game from the entire lens. So I feel like he comes in every day with the mentality of work, and it just makes you want to go harder because you just want to, what you want to amount to. If you make a great play, I'm sure like he's probably made a play like that too. So it doesn't let you get too much in your head about what you do good and bad. It's just about getting better. So.
Hey, my name is Ben Boland from the Boston Globe. Came down here to write about your coach. He's a cover back in New England. I know you said he's a pretty down-to-earth guy, but just through this whole process, has there been a pinch me moment? Can you believe that Bill Belichick, the guy who coached Tom Brady, is here at UNC as your coach?
Honestly, it's just every meeting I walk into, every new day, I just sit there and I understand that I'm in front of greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going somewhere where he's leading our team and our troops, and we're following him. So pinch me moment, I would say probably when I first met him, but it's becoming more normal because he just is such a good person. He talks to us, he keeps it real. We have good conversations that you wouldn't really expect to get out of a coach of his magnitude, but he really has us understand the fundamentals of the game and just keeps it simple for us, and that allows us to play fast, play free, and then just trust what he's putting out in front of us.
From Friday night lights to championship moments, the North Carolina High School Athletic Association makes it all happen. Supporting student athletes across the state, the NCHSAA is the heart of high school sports in North Carolina. Learn more and get involved at nchsaa.org. That's nchsaa.org. The North Carolina High School Athletic Association, where champions are made.
Really, we love UNC as a whole, school-wise. It's a great education. I mean, a lot of us guys, we're really close off the field. So just talking to each other, seeing what we were thinking, and then we had a good coach, Coach Belichick's hard to pass up on that. Then Coach McGee came in, and we talked to him, and we had some talks, and we liked everything that he talked about. So that's really why we just decided to stay together and keep building.
And follow up on that, a lot of the senior group graduated last year, guys like JJ, who has stepped up early on in camp as sort of a senior leader in that room?
I mean, we're a young group, so Coach McGee, he knew that coming in, and he told us we were going to have to make plays early. So really everybody's just been making plays, making the most of our opportunity, and that's really it, just everybody stepping up and getting better each day.
Can we go to Jeremiah in front here?
Jeremiah Holiday with South Carolina. Alex, for you personally, obviously, coming out of that first year and everything like that, what do you feel were some of the main lessons that you learned in your first year of college, and also what would you consider, maybe some of the strengths of your game at this point?
Really, I learned to just be patient and waste your time, make most of your opportunities. I didn't really get a lot to show what I could do last year, so it's kind of a little motivation factor for me just to show what I can do. And I just learned, just be patient in the process, take your time, learn what you can learn from the older guys. Like you said, we had guys like JJ and Nate McCullum last year, and I learned a lot from them. So just really building off of that and showing the younger guys now what I can do. And I feel like some of my strengths are, catching, making some of those 50-50 balls, 80-20 really. So just trying to come away any ball if it's in my way.
Let's go to Aaron.
Aaron Beard, the AP. So with several players as we got out of spring and into early summer talked about it, was pretty unique to be coached by Bill Belichick. Had a lot of people asking what it's like. Now you've gone through a camp, or most of a camp. You're still grinding through it. Been coached hard by these guys for several weeks. I'm curious, does it feel more normal, for lack of a better term, as opposed to the celebrity factor when he came in? And do you still get a lot of questions from friends about it?
Right now, it's definitely normal now. I done been with him since January, so I done got to stay with him, have conversations with him, just build over the time. And it's still kind of crazy to think about, wow, Bill Belichick's your coach, but I mean, we're getting close to the season, so it's it's just there. And I still kind of get some questions from friends. They're like, so how is he, stuff like that. I'm just like, he's a regular person just like us. So it's pretty normal now. I'm used to it.
Andrew Jones started 24/7. I hear Gio throws some darts, pretty tight balls. Things through, running a route, and getting the ball from Gio.
I just try to put him in the best situation I can, find the holes in the defense, seeing if he wants to give me a little check or something, reading the coverages and stuff like that. I got a little used to left-hand quarterbacks. You know, my high school I played with a guy Ryan Stevens, so I'm used to that left-hand ball. And we was throwing in the offseason as a whole group, so kind of got used to catching the ball from him and seeing what he likes and things like that.
Was there any adjustment with the way he throws? Kind of a different release point. Let's say Matt's like 5 inches taller, and maybe Gio throws a tighter ball. Was there any adjustment with that?
Not really. Like I said, I'm used to the left hand, so it wasn't too much difference with that. And yeah, it's pretty similar to things I've experienced in the past.
Adam Smith in South Carolina. Hey, Alex. When Belichick was in here, he called you smart, dependable, and versatile. Like, how do you think you have gone about sort of earning that trust from what is pretty much an entirely new coaching staff? Like, what has been important to you to show them about your game?
Just like I said, making the most of what I can do. You know, anytime I'm on the field, whether it's special teams, offense, just showing what I can do in those situations. And you know, him coming from the NFL, I know special teams is a huge process. Like, we have more guys on this roster, but just finding any little things that I can do to just showcase that, and just listen to what he says in the meetings. You know, every little thing is important, and just trying to implement them fundamentals in my game, just to show them what I can do.
Just to follow up real quick, are they moving inside and outside, like in terms of where you line up?
In some ways, you know, I'm just moving around anywhere I can. If they tell me to go inside, I will. If they tell me to stay outside, I will. So really just depends where they want me in that situation.
Hey, Greg Sasser, on SI. What has really stood out to you the most about Gio? I know he's a left-handed quarterback, there's some adjustment periods there. We're trying to kind of figure out a catch. But what has really stood out to him the most?
Well, I'll speak off the field. You know, we've gotten a little closer. You know, just hanging out with him, seeing the way he thinks. You know, on and off the field. You know, it's not just about that. So just getting that connection and just learning what he sees on the field, things like that. Seeing how he reads little different things, like I said, coverages wise, and just trying to figure out any little things that I can to make sure like he's most comfortable in. Find a way that if he needs me in a specific space, I can get that for him.
No way, Scott. Target 24/7. Going into the offseason, what do you think were some of the things that you wanted to improve upon? Did you have goals set for yourself? How do you think up to this point you fared throughout those?
Main thing I really wanted to focus on was just getting more explosive and faster and getting stronger. And working with Coach Moses, our strength and conditioning coach, I feel like I have done that in a big way. Just in these little few months that he has been here, you know, I've been eating better, things like that. So I feel like I have been getting better than that. And on the field wise, I'll say route running, just trying to get those little things, not choking my route too early so the DB can get that. And I feel like I have done a little bit better with that.
How would you describe his workouts?
I mean, they're definitely difficult for sure. You got to love it, but just know in the back of my mind he's doing it for the better of the team and for me. So just got to get through it regardless what it is.
We're going to go to Brendan.
Brendan Marshall, the Athletic. There's also been a lot of exciting enthusiasm about the program ever since Bell retired back in December. Now students are back. Is it different at all? What does it sort of feel like around campus and how do you try to handle all the buzz around the program?
On campus, I'll say it's pretty regular right now. Everybody's still trying to figure out school, but I know once we get into season, you know, the games are going to be packed. A lot of people there, probably be a lot more noise about it, but I really try to stay off social media, don't really worry about too much about that, and just focus on the main thing, which is our team and getting better each and every day.
Let's go to Rob.
Rob Baxley, Fayetteville Observer. Alex, you know, whether you guys are in full pads or just shoulder pads, the DBs and wide receivers get to battle a little bit more than the linemen. How would you describe the physicality and contact y'all have had so far in those matchups?
I mean, going against those guys every day, you know, you have to get better or you're just not going to get the ball. So just figuring out little things that they do technique-wise, you know, if they're going to jam, press, off, they switch up a lot of things. And, you know, at first we did have to get used to that physicality part, and Coach McGee pushed that on us. And I feel like now we've done a lot better, and we can play through that contact. And being with Moses, we got a lot stronger. So I feel like we've gotten used to it, and every day it's a battle. So, you know, you have to come practice with the right mindset.
Here you go, Shelby.
Shelby's also with the Williams Observer. I'm curious, some of your teammates have spoken about particularly what it was like breaking down the film with Belichick and that being a really wow moment for him. Have you had a wow moment with Coach Belichick, and so what was that?
It's really minor things that he says that's wow for me, like the way he goes about things and just thinks about film, it's like I would never even have thought about that. And I just try to listen to any little thing that he says. I write down notes, and I'm just like, wow, like, how can I add this to my game? How can I spread this on to my teammates, see how they can understand? So really it's just little things, but every day is something different. I'm like, okay, like I got to lock in this meeting and really listen.
If I may, maybe an example from a film session or in practice you point out something that stood out to you?
Really it's just, for me, blocking wise, you know, if you know the running back's coming this way or not, just stay on that block a little longer, you know, upfield shoulder. So you know he's coming around you and the DB just can't get backwise. So just little things like that in each and every aspect.
We got Mike.
Hey there, Alex. As someone who was here last season with Max Johnson, saw him go through that injury in his rehab, how cool was it to see him back out there practicing fully with you guys? And to your eyes, does he look like he could go out there and play against TCU before?
I mean, it's just amazing and really an inspiration to me, just seeing the way he's battled every day, coming back from that injury. You know, I've seen him every day in the facility. He's never negative in no type of way, and just seeing the way he's worked back from that, it just gives me a motivation. Like, wow, why can't I go through a little bit of soreness, stuff like that? So, and I definitely feel like he's ready to showcase what he can do against TCU in any way possible.
We got the last one for David in the back.
I know when Bill got here, one of the things that he did was one of the practice is the 33rd NFL team. How have you seen that implemented over the last 9 months? Is there things that have been, you know, whether it's on the practice field where you are running through drills or just nutrition, strength training, is there specific things that have been more, in your mind, more professional way of doing things?
Really food and, well, he brought in Moses, of course, which he was with him with the Patriots, so we're doing things that they've done. We know, talked to Drake May, he's like, yeah, same thing you guys are doing. We're basically doing the same thing with a little bit of tweaks, but just little things like that. Food is definitely big for me. I feel like I've gotten way stronger just off of that, just eating better, make sure my nutrition is right. And on the field wise, you know, it's a lot of different things, concepts that he shows that could be shown in the NFL compared to college, and how we could like add that to our game and stuff like that. So I feel like we could be NFL 3013.
Is there specific things in your diet that you changed because of the work of the nutrition staff?
I was eating a lot of fried food, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I love fried food, but yeah, it's really good. But I know to get to my best self, I had to cut a lot of that out. So just started eating more greens, more fruits, and better meats for my body.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thanks so much, guys.
So thank you.
NC Port, raising the bacon, raising the bar.